Hello and welcome to Burning Questions, a big edition in store. And look, it's usually a lot of fun, this show, and it's a real highlight of most of our weeks. And a lot of the punters out there really enjoy the Burning Questions. But this one does come to, I'm going to say this, Skeet, it's going to be a little bit emotional. I've asked Andy if he's got the tissues next to him. He does. He's probably thinking, what the hell are we talking about? So is her. But I want to kick this show off because you're the heart and soul of Burning Questions. But I want to open the floor to you because you've got a little announcement to make that might rock the foundations. It certainly rocked my foundations, but we'll see if the harness racing world thinks the same. The floor is yours.
Chuck, you've really put me under pressure here. I said I wasn't really keen to do this, but you've thrown me under the bus. But now I've just recently resigned from HRV, so taken up a new position with Country Racing Victoria as their media and comms manager. So I've got a few weeks left, a few more editions if you'll have me on Burning Questions, and there's no doubt it's going to be one of the things I'll miss the most because it's been a lot of fun.
Wow, that's it's really, as I said, you told me a couple of days ago, and I messaged you the next day. I said, no, you can't go. It's not going to happen. I was listening to some music at home, and the sad songs come on. It was quite emotional. So I might throw to you, Andy. How's that? You used this platform to announce the retirement of Tornado Valley. Is this one as emotional for you?
Oh, it is a little bit. I think Scoot has been wonderful for the sport of harness racing, and it's going to be a great loss and going to be hard to replace. But we wish her the best on her new endeavours, and yeah, her replacement won't be easy to find.
Herbie, great for you to jump in, mate, and I really appreciate you finding somewhere in your property at Lexington there to get some reception. But Skeet's been, we both headed to your property, maybe a month or so ago, and she's been a good friend of yours. You'll be sad to see her go, no doubt.
Yeah, absolutely. She's joining the dark side there, but HRV have been very lucky to have had her for the amount of time that they've had her, and she's done a great job for the industry. And the things that she's done just for the women in the industry, it's a credit to her.
Well said. The real reason is she got her best bet beaten, and we couldn't handle it anymore, and we got rid of her. So nice to put a bit of a spin on it, Skeet, but that's the real story. Anyway, enough of that. Well, that's the announcement, a big announcement. No, obviously, you've got a few more weeks to go, but looking forward to today's episode. Brought to us by Hip Pocket Workwear and Safety. Whether you're celebrating a win or shoveling in the stables, you want your staff to look their very best. And you do that with uniforms from Hip Pocket Workwear and Safety. They have you covered for clothing, protective equipment, and plenty more. Check out hippocketworkwear.com.au. This is one of your, to be fair, this is one of your best quartet of questions you've come up with, Skeet, and we'll start off with the first. Can Olivici continue his rise, or will Parisian Artiste turn the tables second up? We'll start with you, Skeet. He was very impressive, and I don't know if you caught the post-race comments from Chris Lang. He's looking to take on the world, and he even mentioned the Elite Lop. Don't know if that's a bit lofty, but he's got a big opinion of this horse. Will it win and make it 3 in a row on Saturday night?
I think he will, Tock. He's a really nice horse. He caught the eye. I was on Trot's Vision at Geelong when he was first up, and it was over the long distance, and he was a really convincing winner there. And then to do what he did and run a 27-7 last quarter at Kilmore in the middle of winter for the Trotters, it's fairly unheard of. So he was ultra impressive. There's no doubt Parisian Artiste is a horse I rate really highly, and obviously he got a little bit lost, and he was still really brave on the weekend. But from the draw advantage, I think it's a similar race to last week, and there's no doubt one heat was a lot stronger, and Olivici's going to be awfully hard to beat.
Herbie, it was a pretty impressive win. It wasn't. Parisian Artiste eyeballed him, went past, and then Olivici just kicked back really easy. Chris Lang didn't really move, and he's raced away to win well. Yeah, he did a bit wrong, Parisian Artiste, but I don't think it would have mattered. Will he repeat the dose from the same draw Saturday night?
Yeah, I think so. On paper, everything's in his favour. But the race fitness on the other horse as well. So, look, if the draws were swapped, I'd say Parisian Artiste is probably the one to beat. But Olivici is a very nice little horse, and Chris has had many nice horses, in his career, and for him to put him on a bit of a pedestal this early on must mean something. So, if he gets rolling, I'll be quite surprised.
2 ticks. I got a big tick next to his name. Andy, is he going to be winning on Saturday night?
Yeah, he's definitely the one to beat. He's got the draw. His last mile was really quick at Kilmore. Parisian Artiste, fantastic too. First up, probably be better for the run. But so will Olivici. He's only his 3rd run back. So, again, Chris was pretty low-key after the run with his assessment of the horse. He just, he let everyone know how good he is. And again, it's just a great batch of 4-year-olds this season, all coming through and all going to challenge in the next 12 months to be, some of the leading trotters in Australia. And, from the barrier draw, especially around Bendigo, I think he'd just be too good again.
Yeah, I think that's the key. Bendigo as well, pretty fence-dominated track, and he draws well. And it's hard to see him being beaten, but, it's a pretty good field, that race on Saturday night. Of course, Bendigo is the fifth and final track or country track, or I've been calling it a regional roadshow, Metro Roadshow, and we're back to Melton the following Saturday night. So Bendigo takes the Metro card this weekend. We might start with you here, Herb. The second of the burning questions. Who is the pick of Rusty's fresh horses? Hi, my name is Jeff, and line up, of course. Line up in race 3 on the card Saturday night. And can they beat their race fit rivals?
Yeah, look, it's an interesting one. On pure ability, I think Lineup's the better horse of the two. The other horse, he showed some nice ability and ran some super times around Melton last time in. I haven't seen any of their trials. Service hasn't been too flashy today to do a bit of homework on the two, but they're very nice horses, and whatever they do, they'll improve on. But they're coming up against a couple of horses in that race at a race hard fit, and they're probably going to need a soft enough sort of first 1,000 meters of the race, and then the last 1,200 will be pretty strong, I think. But I think they're vulnerable first up, but on the same token, Russell's horses generally, you've got to respect them. So they'll be hard to beat, but it's going to be interesting.
They're no morals, is what you're saying, I reckon.
I don't think so. No.
Yep. I spoke to Nathan Jack the other day just to sort of see where these horses are at and maybe what their plans are going forward and stuff. And I think he was, he thought that Hi, my name is Jeff probably be leading and would be hard to beat if he got it all his own way. And then if he didn't get it all his own way, Lineup would be the one to beat. So the stable's probably in a good place. But there is Mighty Flying Art in there, Rack 'em Up, Tiger By, Better Be the Bomb and Torrid Saint. So it's a hot little field.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be a really interesting one, and as you mentioned, the start's crucial. I think Hi, my name is Jeff. He's got the gate speed to hold up, and then it's whether he decides to handle line up or they're happy enough to just duck into the 1-1 on line up behind Mighty Flying Art. And we know that horse can get a little bit keen as well, so that could cause Jeff some problems out in front. But I've been really impressed by the trials of Lineup. We know he's a high quality horse, the New South Wales Derby winner, and he looks like he's got so much speed. He's been back in the field and then ran home really nicely in a couple of trials at Shepparton. So I'm probably siding with him, which breaks my heart a fraction because Hi, my name is Jeff is in my list of about 20 favourites. So he's only had the 17 starts and has so much upside, whereas Lineup has been there and done that and raced at the high level. So it's going to be really interesting, but no doubt both are in for big campaigns this year.
Yeah, well said, Andy. You won't be surprised to hear that there's another horse on the Inter-Dominion path, and it's Line Up. So we've got 49 heading towards that series. Are you with the Russell Jack runners, or do you think there's an upset on the cards?
Yeah, I think there's a chance to be an upset. Hi, my name is Jeff. Very progressive last preparation, come a long way, but this is a big step up in classroom, especially first up. He was nominated for the Claimant race as well, but elected to go in this race, so the race probably stood up for Lineup as well. Been really impressive Lineup's trials. Probably didn't have a great preparation towards the end last prep. He won first up, but then he sort of deteriorated a little bit towards the end of it. But being first up for Rusty and Nathan, I think he's sort of really on song. But one Herbie's driving, so it's just got better and better each run. Better Be the Bomb, and I think he's quite a dangerous horse, and he'll be hard to beat as well. But I'd be heading towards Lineup over Hi, my name is Jeff.
Yeah, interesting. Third of the burning questions. We might start with you here, Herb. This one is it's actually got your name in it, so I think that's fairly apt that we go to you. Can Von Art make it 8 in a row, or will Herbie, the love bug, have something to say about it?
Yeah, look, unfortunately the draw hasn't fallen my way, so she's got that upper hand on me as before with the gate. Let's go, but my horse was good when he won 2 starts back. Something better, and Joe's happy with him going into this race. He's had a bit of a time between runs, so whatever he does, he'll improve on. Von Art's, they've done an exceptional job with the mare. She's gone from an up to 45 rater at Swan Hill and getting beat right through to the top class mares races. So it's a credit to Emma and Clayton on the job that they've done with her. I think she'll be hard to beat in that race. She probably lacks a little bit of gate speed, so she might be a little bit vulnerable. Mine's not that quick out either, so he sort of works into his gears and keeps sort of rolling. So just depending on how mine feels going up to the gate, he'll tell me what I'll be doing. But she's a quality mare, and there's a reason she's got a picket fence for sure.
Yeah. It's quite remarkable what they've been able to do, Sked. I mean, Von Aert's going for 8 in a row. There's also Soho Historia, I think, it's won 6 from 6 for the stable, and Honolulu Bay's the same. They've sort of got 3 horses there that just can't get beat. Probably doesn't like, probably unfair. It makes the other trainers look a bit low grade. But are you with Von Aert here, or is there, as I said before, is there an upset on the cards?
Yeah, look, I am with her. I think she's going to be hard to beat. In saying that, I don't think she's over the line, but she just keeps getting it done. And I was so impressed by her win at Kilmore last time out, when she was able to get the job done there. So when you think it could be the chance of an upset, she just comes out and does something again. So you just can't knock her. I think she's probably maybe a 60% chance of getting across. Would you mind? She was able to probably hold out Relentless Me and even Mateo 3 starts back, but Mark elected to take cover and she went on to use the sprint lane and get the job done. So I think she's got adequate gate speed to hold a forward enough position, and even if she doesn't get across to the pegs, I think she's going to be the one to beat.
Andy, it's a good little race. It's the 5th on the card, the first leg of the quaddie, the Varley Stan Rutland Pace. Von Aert, or are you taking a field ticket in the first leg of the quaddie?
Yeah, as Herbie said, she's just come such a long way, and every time she gets challenged, she just steps up again. And but for every win, you're closer to your next loss, as Skeeter found out herself. So at some stage, the end will come towards the end of it, but she has got a good barrier draw, got reasonable gate speed. If she does lead, the probably race is hers to lose, but she's shown that she can come off speed as well. She's just such a versatile mare and come a long way, but who knows what height she can reach. But it is a quality race. Herbie's horse is really strong, something better, and there's other horses in there as well. They've been very seasoned and go around week in, week out. So she's not over the line, but she's definitely the one to beat.
Maybe just a question without notice. Have you got any updates on Harry Stamper, one of my old mates from the Joe Pace stable? Is he anywhere near getting back?
He's back in work. I don't know exactly how far along he is, but he's back in work and feeling good. He's definitely keeps Joe on his toes. So, he's a lovely little horse, and it's going to be very interesting when he does get back to his best.
Reckon you'll keep the drive?
I hope so.
4th and final of the burning questions. Let's start with you, Andy. Will Maori Law have enough improvement to beat Nephew of Sunoco's frontline draw?
Yeah, I thought he went really good first up, Maori Law. Nephew of Sunoco didn't go bad, but I just think he went a notch below what he had been going at Ballarat. I think his previous runs were a little bit better, and maybe just having a week off from racing might sort of bounce him back up again, because he probably went 6 or 7 weeks in a row. So again, one's inside the back row, one's drawn out wide, but they're both, quality horses. We know the journey Nephew Sunoco's been on and how good he's been going. But yeah, a little chance he might find the top Nephew Sunoco if Herbie pushes the button. And if he does, he's going to be hard to beat. But Mary Law, will improve again off this run as well.
Herbie, you're going to push the button and go forward?
Oh, look, it's a little bit hard sometimes with trotters out wide at Bendigo. There's a bit of a shelf on the track, and sometimes they can get just not out of their gear, but just a little bit out of rhythm and that, and can make it hard to come off the gate with them. But I'll be looking to stay ahead of Maori Law. If I have to sit parked, we'll have to sit parked. But at the end of the day, last week I probably went around a little bit early, and then Ants got running off the back into the headwind. We went, I think it was 28.8 off top of my head, and it was just took a little bit out of him. I was trying not to go with him, but just rate him, and the wind was very strong there the other night at Ballarat, and I just softened him up a little bit. And he actually got quite stirred up in the warm-up as well with the wind, and I had to put him on a helmet just to settle him down a bit, and it's something I never have to do. So just a couple of little things I think that went towards, as Andrew said, being slightly below par, and I agree with him there. He was slightly below par, so he should be better this week as long as no little things go wrong. But I'm happy with the horse. I couldn't fault him that last start, and he'll be giving Mary Law something to chase for sure.
Stuff. Really good insight there, Herb. Skeet, are you sticking with Nephew Sunoco or Mary Law or someone else? Nephew Sunoco is the horse that ended your winning streak on the best bets. No doubt you haven't forgotten that. So where's your allegiances here?
Yeah, look, haven't forgotten, but I've forgiven Toc, and I'm with him this week. I think he's a terrific horse, and I didn't think he was, obviously maybe slightly below what he had been going, but he was obviously not beaten far last week, so and did the work. So yeah, I think front row draw he can keep in front of Mary Law, who looks the main danger, and obviously was terrific first up. We spoke to Emmett the day before that, and he didn't give me stats of confidence with the horse first up and indicated he'd be better as the preparation went. So for him to go so well first up, I'm sure they would have been absolutely wrapped with. And there's no doubt he's a blowout. He's a really big chance this week. But I think Nephew of Sunoco off the front, keeping in front of Mary Law, he's going to be the one to beat.
Of course, the Wagon Apollo Trotters Freefalls race we're talking about. It's actually the first of the four. I'm going to call them a golden ticket race into the Inter-Dominion series. It probably doesn't matter for a few of them. A lot of these are probably going to get there anyway. Of course, Mary Law and Nephew Sunoco and those, but it just could change things. I don't know, Andy. Maybe not in this race, but I think it adds a little element. This carrot of winning some of these races. There's four of them. Maybe for some of these lower horses that might be on the cusp, maybe a well-defined or an 04 Junior. You just never know what the connections might be thinking, I guess.
Yeah, no, definitely. And, I've got Chinese Whisper working up, and his probably horse is going to be on the fringe that, if he can sort of win one of these races going forward, I'm sure his place in the Dominion will be great. But again, generally the best horses win them, so they might be in it anyway. So, but it does give you an opportunity anyway.
Absolutely. 4 questions down. Best bets is the final commitment here on Burning Questions. Well, it's your show, Skeeter. You've stolen the top of it, so we'll let you talk to us about a best bet. Which way are you playing at Bendigo on Saturday night?
Yeah, look, hopefully I can bounce back, and I'm going with Olivici. I just think from the draw and how impressive he has been in his 2 runs back this preparation, he's going to be really hard to beat. So he's my best bet. No, I'm doing an Andy Gath. I've got a bit of a roughie in the lucky last, the Rock and Roll King. Drawn Barry 2 over a mile. 3 starts ago, he was favourite against Vanquish Stride and Magic Mike and some nice horses. So obviously things haven't gone right this prep, but he worked home well last time. So I just think that he's going to be close enough, and I'm not sure what price we'll get, but yeah, he could be one in each way.
Stuff. Just to really ruin it for you, I'm with Olivici as well as my best bet. Yeah, I struggle to see him getting beaten on that, meeting similar opposition. Herb, one of yours, or is there a horse that someone else is driving on Saturday night that you're keen on?
I like, I'm not sure, I can't remember off the top of my head if I'm in the race or not, but Mighty Flying Harry, as long as he goes up at the gate and isn't on his worst behaviour again, I think it's a step back in class for him. Even the wide second row draw, I don't think's the end of the world, but his high speed will definitely be, very crucial late, and I think he'll be running over the top of that field. I'm not sure what odds he'll get, but there's him. And then just one I'm driving in the last, I'll go against Skeet here, just American Ally. He worked home really nice last start. I've got quite the opinion of the horse, but he's just got a lot of little niggling problems, and Gary's he's only been training for a little while, and he's working his way through the problems with the horse, but he's definitely a horse on the up, and I just liked how he worked home at Ballarat last start. So just an each way sort of one there for me, but Mighty Flying Harry's probably the main one.
I was speaking to Gary the other day, and he actually half pushed it to me maybe at Ballarat a couple of starts ago. He thinks the horse is going really well. So good push for American Alley there. Andy, well, I think the theme is we get 2 bets on this show now. So I'm with Olivici, and I'm going to throw Hayden Bromack in again at $1 million to 1. You got to give us 2 now. What do you got?
I only had one in mind, and that was in race 1 actually as well. I go with Cosimo. I think he was going to run into the race really good last week before he sort of got knocked over. And his horse been racing with not a lot of luck, and I think it'd be good odds in the first. So I'm sticking with Cosimo. And if I'm chucking in another one, I think Small Each Way Dad and Dave. He's going quite well. But yeah, he does need a little bit of luck in running.
Stuff. Maybe that shows how well we're going on Burning Questions. We need 8 bets between us to land one because we've been pretty dry the last few weeks. But fantastic show, guys. Well done. Really good insight. Thanks for finding. Herb, can you flick your camera around? Where the heck are you? You're somewhere picturesque.
Just up top of the hill. That's the track over there, and just sort of around here.
God's country.
I had a crowd before with the sheep. They all come around thinking I was going to feed them. So I'm glad they shuffled off somewhere. They were quite loud.
Good man. Thanks, Andy. Well done again.
See you guys.
Well done, Skeet. You've got a couple more left in you. We'll I'll let you host the last few just to go out on a nice note.
Can't handle the pressure. Hopefully Bond's back next week, Doc.
Yeah, thanks, guys. That's Burning Questions. Let's look forward to a big night. Hopefully we've found you a few winners at Bendigo for the Metro card on Saturday night.